welcome to the stream. We're gonna start real fast here because, well, I don't have a lot of time tonight. But we're gonna try to get a stream out. We're gonna run Ōkami. I'm gonna count this as my first playthrough. I previously played Ōkami on the Wii for a little bit when I borrowed it from a friend. That was a long, long time ago, over a decade ago, to be honest. And I've played maybe like a little bit on my Switch, but I don't know where I am anymore. I don't understand what's going on anymore. So this is about the equivalent of a first playthrough, and that's what's great about not having any memory whatsoever. Let's go ahead and jump in and get this started. Should pull up on OBS. There we go. We should be good to go. So again, this is going to be, kind of a quick stream tonight. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time. But I wanted to get out something quick as part of the affiliate push. Gonna have to lower the volume on that a little bit. Alright. Legend tells of a horrible beast that threatened the residents. It also tells of the wolf that risked it all to protect them. Controlling the very fabric of existence, this wolf stood up against a beast many times its size and banished the darkness. This ethereal wolf's valiant act ushered in an era of tranquility. The villagers' hearts swelled with respect and adoration of the wolf. Oh, it's so pretty. I absolutely love it. Man. What is it with wolf games like Ōkami and Twilight Princess? Yeki Kamiya. Long, long ago, a tiny hamlet known as Kamiki lay nestled in a grove of proud and beautiful cherry blossoms. Each and every tree around the quiet burg was honored as a god. However, the village was not without its dark secrets. To satiate the appetite of Orochi, a fearsome cave-dwelling beast, a young maiden was offered as a sacrifice at the annual festival. With a body like a mountain and 8 heads mounted on necks the size of tree trunks, its blood-red eyes alone were said to curse anyone who gazed into them. No one dared disobey the horrific beast. When the night of the sacrifice drew near, a mysterious white wolf appeared outside the village. This wolf, its coat as brilliant as snow, was dubbed Shiranui. The wolf kept a watchful eye on anyone who ventured outside the village, and made a habit of patrolling the streets at night. People assumed the wolf to be a familiar of Orochi. One villager took it upon himself to face the fearsome Shiranui. The warrior, Nagi, attempted many times to challenge the wolf, but his attempts were thwarted by Shiranui's swift movements. Before long, the night of the accursed festival had arrived. A white-plumed arrow heralded the coming sacrifice. Piercing the sky, the arrow sunk its shaft squarely into the home of Nami, the village's most beautiful maiden. Nagi, harboring a secret love for Nami, was enraged by this sign. Determined to put an end to Orochi once and for all, Nagi traveled to the beast's cave in place of his beloved. The Moon Cave, a place as dark as evil itself, served as Orochi's home. As Nagi stood bravely before the entrance, a beast appeared, eyes glowing crimson upon 8 thrashing necks. Orochi stood tall before him, anxious for another sacrifice. Nagi leapt with incredible grace, swinging his blade valiantly. On and on he sliced, well into the moonless night. But Orochi's hide was like steel. The blade left nary a scratch. At long last, Nagi, his energy spent from the intense battle, dropped to his knees, fatigued and gasping for breath. He knew he was staring death in the face. It was then that the wolf appeared. As if to protect Nagi, it stood its ground before Orochi. In the darkness of the cave, the wolf's coat shone brilliantly. Alas, it was Shiranui, the wolf that dwelled outside the village. Bearing its fearsome claws, Shiranui leapt toward Orochi. Orochi reared its terrifying heads, readying its fangs for battle. The two beasts struggled wildly, crashing in the darkness. Mysterious and terrifying, the spectacle continued. Shiranui summoned gusts of divine wind to counter Orochi's flames. Oh, that'll be on the test later. We better remember that symbol. As Orochi closed in on Shiranui, sharpened claws glistening, a gigantic tree suddenly sprouted forth, shielding the wolf. Shiranui fought gallantly to gain the upper hand. However, Orochi, protected by a mystical power, was not easily bested. Shiranui, covered in gashes, majestic coat dyed crimson, stood exhausted before the mighty Orochi. Orochi saw a chance to strike what would be the final blow, but Shiranui refused to give in. With its last ounce of strength, the majestic wolf gazed heavenward and unleashed a mighty howl. Can we get some awoos in chat? Suddenly, the black clouds overhead dissipated. The light from above glinted off Nagi's sword as a beacon of hope. Guided by his sword, Nagi, who had been taking shelter in the shadows, stood proudly to face his adversary. Channeling all his strength into his scarred and battered arms, he leapt ferociously toward Orochi, his sword poised high. The golden sword danced in his hands like a puppet on a string. One by one, Orochi's fearsome heads separated from their owner. Orochi's broken body collapsed in a lake of its own blood. In that instant, the curse that plagued the villagers was lifted. As the battle subsided, the sun shone once again in the sky. Shiranui had succumbed to Orochi's poison and struggled to breathe. Nagi scooped the beast into his arms and returned to Kamiki. When they reached the village, Shiranui was no longer moving. The village elder gently stroked the wolf's head. In response, Shiranui let out a hoarse and pitiful bark, then closed its eyes and drifted off as if into slumber. Peace had at last returned to Kamiki village. In honor of Shiranui's heroic exploits, the villagers erected a shrine and placed a statue of the wolf within it. Nagi's sword was christened Tsukuyomi and placed inside the moon cave. The villagers all looked forward to an age of endless peace. But lo and behold, that peace. Oh, however, this is not the end of the story. There is more to this tale than most people know. 100 years had passed since Nagi and Shiranui's heroic exploits. It happened so quickly that no one in the village even took notice. Such a pretty... Is this the legendary sword? Is this Tsukuyomi, the sword that banished the dreaded Orochi? No, it couldn't be. It's just a legend. Nothing but a fairy tale. Shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. My guy, you're gonna get 8. Oh, he who seeks power, he who has broken my bonds. Speak the words, I wish darkness unto the world. Utter that prayer unto me, and unleash my power. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just get out of there, man. Oh, you're in trouble. Which is worst? Worst. Which is worse, a fire tornado or a shark tornado? A horrible tragedy suddenly swept over the land. However, there was one village that seemed to escape the terrible curse. The tiny settlement of Kamiki Village enjoyed the protection of a sacred tree. It is here that the real story begins. turn the volume down on my end so that hopefully I stop yelling. A goddess. Oh no, not a goddess, just a wood sprite. Sakuya. How troublesome. This is just like the ancient prophecy of doom. What has transpired to bring about such calamity? We must act quickly. There is no time to lose. My power has diminished over the years I've spent protecting this area. I don't have much time left in this world. Amaterasu, now is the time. We have never needed your power more. Shine your divine light upon this broken and polluted world. Let your heavenly rays become our hope as you guide us all. Ōkami Amaterasu. Ah, such divine white light, such beauty and grace. The only one capable of such a wondrous spectacle is none other than our mother and the origin of all that is, Amaterasu. How delightful to see that the savior whose brave sacrifice sealed away the evil demon so many years ago has not changed one bit. Seeing you emerge after so many years spent as a statue brings happiness to my heart. Aw, such a pupper. Such a good pupper. Amaterasu, gaze above you and take in the condition of the sky. Since your untimely departure from our midst, the world has succumbed to devious and vicious beasts. They have ravaged our fine and bountiful country of Nippon. But never have the circumstances been worse than they are at this very moment. Please use your powers to banish the darkness and punish those who would do us harm. Eh? What is this? Has something stolen its way into my robe? Oh ho ho! Oh! She laughs for me. I don't have to voice act her laughing. That's good. I can't do a woman laugh. Ooh, what on earth? You again? Ow, 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 ow! Are you nuts? Boy, for a little thing, you sure make a big fuss. I was just trying to make the conversation a bit more interesting. That's all. Were you napping in my clothes again, Bug? Bug, I told you 1,000 times not to call me that. I'm a wandering artist. The name's Isu. He sure is bouncy. I'll show you just how great I am, and it won't be long till you're bowing before my great brush. It's not bad. Well, what do you think? Even cuter than the real thing, no? What's with you, Furball? You look kinda down in the dumps. Actually, you look kinda familiar. Got it. You look just like that statue of Shiranui. Oh. No, we can't eat Izun. Whoa! What do you think you're doing? Are you crazy? A handsome guy like me should never be covered in wolf slobber. You'll regret messing with the great Isun. Don't make me use my prized sword Denkomaru against you. I think we got bigger problems, Isun. What's that growling sound? And why is it so dark anyway? Oh great god Amaterasu, I've used all the power I have to protect Kamiki village. The village lives on. Their spirits lie encased in my fruit. Cut it free, and the village will be reborn. I trust in you. I know that you will lead us down the right path. Only your awesome power can restore life to the world. The trees returned to normal, huh? That Sakaya girl sure said some weird stuff. The villagers' spirits are being kept inside the fruit? That's the fruit. That girl said that if you cut it down, the village will be restored. But it's awfully high up there. If you don't use some kind of special power, there's no way you're gonna reach it. This darkness is really getting to me, too. A lot can happen while you're taking a nap. Says camera. But I don't understand. I do not understand. Camera control. Filter. Controller settings. What's going on here? Mouse sensitivity, the brush, mouse sensitivity for the camera. Keyboard config. Field tackle, dig. The middle button resets the camera. Control is the brush. Complete foot, change perspective. It's like it's not recognizing when the mouse is moving. What in the world? There's something blocking the road leading back to the village. Am I still dreaming? Oh man. That fruit sure is growing in a high place. The only way we're gonna reach that is with some kind of special power. Okay. I guess I don't have my brushes yet, so I couldn't cut it down if I wanted. Where are we? It got awfully quiet all of a sudden. I don't remember any place like this in the village. Well, we better keep our eyes peeled. You can use the mouse to look around. C changes your point of view. Boy, you really look so helpless. You sure you're gonna be okay? Oh, I was saying that I couldn't look around at that point. Oh my gosh, I gotta invert this because it is inverted, and that is not okay. Invert the x-axis. Need to invert both, yeah. Yep. Sorry, I didn't start this before, because why would I do that? Why? Well, I did start it so I could, like, get the camera into OBS, but I didn't, start the game. That's much better. Why on earth? Hold on! That's an origin mirror! They say once your reflection appears on its surface, your memories will be stored in the mirror for all eternity. Well, to put it shortly, you can save your progress here. And let me give you a little advice. You should save a number of game files. That way, you could always go back if you get stuck or something. Gotta be prepared, especially while you're still learning the ropes. Alright, first save. I can dig. Look at all those pots just waiting to be broken. If you bust them, there might be something good inside. Way to go, my furry friend. You can do that anytime you see something you can break. Funny? What am I gonna do again? I'm a dog. Whoa, hold on there, Furball. Get a load of that. That chest looks mighty tempting. Let's go check it out. Getting up that high ought to be a piece of cake. Press space to jump, then press space again to do a wall jump. But make sure you press it firmly so you jump really high. I knew you could do it. They say good luck is found in high places, so keep your eyes peeled. We don't want to miss any treasure. Who obtained Holy Bone S, Amaterasu's favorite snack, restores 3 units of solar energy. Okay. Horse. Oh, nope, not the horse yet, huh? Now horse? I'm horsing around here, guys. Break you. Break you. Oh man, these don't auto-collect, like I have to make sure I run over them all? They'll disappear? Ugh. That's fine. Oh, auto-run is nice, though. Looks like the bridge is out. Yep, I too have eyes, Isun. This shouldn't be so hard. Amaterasu, was it? I am literally the god of all creation. You could pretend you remember my name. That's kinda long. Mind if I call you Amy? I do, in fact. Don't call me Amy. Listen, Amy. Ever heard of the spirits of the brush? Good brushwork has its own soul. At least that's what they say. Just watch. It'd take all day to explain. A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Nice, huh? Just a little technique I've mastered called rejuvenation. It's one of many brush techniques that use divine power. It's a brush god power that can restore broken or missing things. I've practiced really hard just to master this one technique, but there are 13. Each one is a power of one of the 13 brush gods. Originally, all 13 were a single powerful deity. When the deity died, its power was split into 13 separate gods. The gods now dwell within objects all around us, but god or no god, how could anyone have the power to master all 13? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the master of brush strokes. Do I have the skills to be number one? River of the Heavens. The River of the Heavens? They mean the fabled Stardust River? But I sure don't see anything like that around here. It couldn't be that little puddle over there, could it? Probably could, but... Oh. I want to explore up here first. Wow, look at the stars twinkle. I haven't seen such a beautiful nighttime sky in ages. Hey, look, are those stars forming a pattern, or is it just me? That's a bit of a stretch, but I'll accept it. I'll allow it. There's one missing. Guess I'll just have to draw the missing star. Why would that work, Isun? Bah! Looks like I'm just not ready to draw missing stars. Press Control to hold the brush, then the mouse pointer to draw. I sure spent a heck of a lot of time practicing that. Oh, works for me. Ōkami. Ah, why, if it isn't Mother Amaterasu. I apologize for not contacting you sooner during these long years. Having never forgotten you, I, Ōkami, God of Restoration, have eagerly awaited this day when we could again meet. While you were away, the 13 spirits of the brush that you once possessed, including myself, have been scattered across this land of men and now lie in disarray. I became a constellation and managed to survive until now. The time has come for you to seek out and reunite all the techniques. Your power is what is needed to restore the dried riverbed of the heavens and renew the flow of stardust. Why, I'm not going to get very far in an hour, I'm finding. Wow! That was Ōkami, the god of rejuvenation. Wait, so you have the power of rejuvenation now? Can you really use it to restore the River of the Heavens? That would mean you were as good with a brush as yours truly. Better, probably, Isun. Nah, it couldn't be true. Who else could master this incredible god technique? Have you considered that maybe God could master this incredible god technique? No, of course you haven't. Why would you? Okay. Oh. Wonder if drawing some stardust could fix the river? Nah, it's one thing to fix a bridge, but fixing a starry river? There's no way you could pull off a stunt like that. Can you stop doubting me? That would be great. Okay. Oh, let's get that camera angle right. You want to draw the starry river. Wow! A river of stardust!
So this really must be the River of the Heavens. But what I really want to know is who the heck drew the dirt? Are you kidding me right now, Isun? I obtained the Astral Pouch. Look what you found, Furball! This Astral Pouch here is amazing. It can swallow up lots of food, then when it's full, it can revive its owner if he or she dies. Let's start feeding it with whatever food we can find around here. I wonder what all these pots are for. Consumed an apple. Nectar filled, fills Astral Pouch. A little bit. Peach. Juicy and fragrant. Fills it a little bit. Orange. Sharp citrus. Fills it a little. Up, time to go through this portal. I've said it 100 times, so I'm going to say it 100 more. This game is gorgeous. I love how beautiful this game is. There must be something up here, right? There's nothing on the way. Fountain of Nagi. Nagi? What's his name doing here? So beautiful. Oh, what's over here? Is it stuff to break? Is it time to horse around a little bit? Engage in some pony play? Ooh, dumplings. Doughy balls made from grain. Fills the pouch. A little bit. Not a lot, just a little. Just a little. Just a little bit. Just a little. Oh my gosh, this camera. Okay, it's okay, we've got it. More stairs. Inspect it. I don't like that gate. Well, called that. Is this the legendary shrine? We must be in the cave of Nagi. The legendary hero Nagi is enshrined here. He vanquished evil 100 years ago with the help of the White Wolf Shiranui. First the River of the Heavens, and now this place. Where the heck are we, Furball? Boy, this place is a wreck. See, that sword's in really bad shape. The gods sure didn't do much to protect this place. Well, I was kind of busy being... I don't know, was I dead? What was I? Yeah, I mean, doesn't Nagi's broken sword there bug you? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, there must be something we could do. I don't know, is it better if I read it with my normal voice or with the annoying high-pitched voice? Something we can do about the oh, obviously, yeah. Ta-da! That really was your brushwork all this time. How'd you get so good? Exactly, who are you anyway? Hey, there's another constellation. This one looks like a... mouse? Right there. A mini wolf? Hachigami. Well, well, well. If it isn't Mother Amaterasu. It's been a long time. But with all these monsters around, the only place I could hide was in this shrine dedicated to ancient heroes. If there is anything I can do to assist you in your endeavors, I'm at your service. Ancient heroes. It's only been 100 years since Nagi defeated Orochi. 100. That's one human lifetime. That's like 3 generations. What do you mean, ancient? Make good use of this sword, as it was designed to conquer evil. Alright, some kanji there that I don't recognize. And now I'm powered up. Hey, that was the god Tachigami, master of the power slash technique. Wait a minute, if you're getting all these powers, then you're just like that Shiranui. You know, the wolf who fought and died alongside the great Nagi. He soon really cannot keep up. When Shiranui died, the wolf's power was split into the 13 brush gods. This is crazy. Shiranui and Nagi? It's just like the legend. Well, anyway, I've never seen this power slash technique myself. How about showing your stuff out on that boulder over there? Let me see you slice it in half by drawing a single line. I won't believe it till I see it. Wow! I didn't think you had it in you, Furball. I'm not even in the same league as you. Guess I really overestimated myself. Hey, Furball. I mean Amaterasu. I've made up my mind. If you're Shiranui reborn, then that means you can master all 13 techniques, right? In that case, I think I'll tag along until I'm as good as you. Lucky you. It's no use trying to change my mind. There's no stopping me once I've made a decision. But enough about me. Now that you've mastered the power slash, you can cut down that thing Sakuya was talking about. Let's go back and give it a shot. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Can I... C is supposed to change my camera. Oh gosh. Okay. That's right, you can't hold Amaterasu. I can't believe we're already approaching the hour mark. What the? Where'd they come from? Whatever. Draw first, ask questions later, right? You know that divine instrument you have on your back? Well, press the button to use its power against him. Spirit Globe S. Humanity's faith made solid, it restores a little solar energy. Ink bottle. Fills one of my pots. Alright, I gotta fight monsters now. Don't know why I didn't have to fight them before, but, you know, here we are now. Gotta go back. Look, Annie, once you've caught them off guard and turned them black and white, they're easy prey for your brush, no matter how nasty they are. Grab your brush and give them a power slash. Alright. Let's fight these things, huh? Doing well.
We're coming up on the hour mark, though. Well, I guess not for stream technically, but coming up on my hour. I don't like how this sounds like it's going to disappear. It didn't, so we're good. But I don't like that it sounds that way. Oh, do I not get the yen? They didn't stay around. Where's... Or is it because I already broke them before and there's no yen in them? Let's go restore the village. Swoop! I must have missed. Oh man. Every time I see this, it's breathtaking. Absolutely gorgeous. Every time. Every single time. Wow, the village has been restored. Sakuya came through big time. She really was protecting the village. But I sure wish I could have spent some more time in her kimono, if you know what I mean. Fucking old pervert. But seriously, Hope, with monsters blah blah blah, the village could still be in danger. Let's go see how they're all doing down there. This is actually where I'm going to call it. I'm going to use the old... Actually, yeah, let's go save again. So we don't have to cut down the tree again. Not that I feel like that's a waste of time, but... Let's go save, and we're going to end it here. And then I'm going to send us over to Grinning Hazard, who is doing a subathon. And currently it looks like he's doing Pokemon Smash or Pass. That should be fun. Thank you for joining me tonight. I'm probably going to do a couple more of these, especially with Ōkami, which is a game I've always really wanted to get through. Oh, I do not want to go through that again. But yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. I am going to send us out to Grinning Hazard. Just open it up this time so that I'm there when it happens. That's always good. And yeah, thank you again. Let's turn on music for the end screen, and I'll see you over there.